Hi, I'm Dan.
And I'm Can.
And this is a Candid Conversation. You didn't have your sound right.
Oh, hang on.
Okay, we'll try it again. This is a Candid Conversation. Better. We'll be taking prop peps now on this, whether or not Candy will have it ready.
No, I had it ready. I just didn't have the thing on.
Yeah.
You have to turn off the original sound you have to turn on the original sound for musicians.
Yeah.
In order for it to be heard. But
It's all
you know
right.
what? We make mistakes and we learn from them, right? Hopefully.
Well, we hope so. At least that's what we're telling our children right now.
Yes. So, that's our subject for today because we had a humbling experience in parent-teacher conferences.
Mm-hmm.
We are used to a lot of praise in parent-teacher conferences. Our kids came from homeschooling. They were... this is the first kid who's been public schooled for most of his life.
Yeah.
His schooling years.
Sixth grade on.
Well, up through fourth grade, he was homeschooled.
Yeah.
Fifth grade, he was in a kind of a hybrid. Yeah. It was a public school, but it was
public homeschool.
2020, not really. It was public school. He only went once a week, but he was taught online classes.
Yeah.
So it was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
But he had different teachers and everything. And it's a normal thing he's experiencing, which is the pressure to fit into the group that he's in. But also he has desires and dreams he wants to chase, right? And they kind of are contradicting one another, and he has to make some choices as to how he wants to move forward. So, he's having some struggles of turning in assignments. He's a very smart kid. Just like all the kids have been, they're intelligent, but teaching him that it is important to be able to follow through and be a man of your word, and stuff like that. But it was humbling.
So what do you want to dive into on this topic?
Well, I kind of want to take it at an angle that applies it to deconstruction, because how do you think we would have handled? So, all of the teachers said he is a great kid and that he's smart. And it's really about turning in his stuff. There's one class he shows up to kind of late because he's taken a long time walking with his other friend.
Yeah.
And then there's one class where he's got more of his buddies in that class and he screws around a little bit. So that's the issue we're dealing with, right?
Yeah.
When we were Christians, if someone had told us, and the same things they told us today, how would we have handled it?
Probably SWAT. And then
At 15, I don't think we would SWAT.
Might still have.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of swatting after at least 10.
No.
That just seems too old. They're too big. There's no way I would have swatted. I wouldn't have swatted him at 15.
I'd nut up and get after that.
Okay.
Let's go.
That doesn't sound... What? That sounds... I wouldn't... You may want to delete that.
I'm not in any mood to be deleting anything, so it's staying in the episode. No, I mean, that would have been a potential. I think definitely removal of certain aspects. It would have been severe. No computer games for a month. No TV in your room for a month type stuff. No phone outside of communicating with us, for rides or whatever. That's the only thing you get to use your phone for.
So just random punishments that don't fit the crime.
Yeah.
Instead of Well, some of the things we've chosen to do is taking away some of the video games and stuff until he gets things caught up. Like, for sure, he has to get things caught up. And there's also a reward that's not just that, and that's something we've decided to do. But I think the biggest thing for me would have been, like, I'm a bad mom.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing a terrible job. And I'm not going to say I didn't feel it at all, because there's still some old programming there. But I also was like, okay, he's got a program running.
Yeah.
This really is a program that's running in the background. I think one of the things, he tells himself he's not smart. And I'm like, dude, it's like he doesn't grasp how smart he is. Yeah. He's really smart. He's an intelligent kid. He's always been intelligent. Since he was little, I noticed it. So there's no way that's not true, or that it's true that he's not smart. He needs to stop telling himself that. So instead of the shame that would have been there, I think it's just programs.
Yeah.
For him, for me, for you. It's things we need to learn. And that, I think, is something that kids can help you see. Yeah. But as evangelicals, we would have made it about Jesus and, representing Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, you're failing the church, you're failing Christ. This is not how a Christian acts in public. You're showing all these people that don't believe this is what a Christian does. Is that what you really want? So it'd been really a lot of guilt and shame put upon him. And I think when we were talking to him, he kind of felt that.
Yeah, naturally,
he put it on himself, which, it's a natural thing. Mm-hmm. But we were trying to stay away from that and emphasize, no, you're a smart kid. All you teachers say you're smart. They're frustrated with some of the stuff that's going on. You and your friends acting up in one class, or just not turning in assignments in another class, stuff like that, because they see the potential that you have. Mm-hmm. And you're just not living up to that. So, it was kind of reinforcing some of the positive too, of like, this is what you want. And then explaining to them, these are the goals that you set forth. We talked to you about this a while ago. This has been a goal of yours forever. You wanted to go to college. You wanted to play football in college. If you keep going down this path, that's not going to be realistic, because you're not going to graduate high school. So you got to make a choice. And it's better to make it early than try to catch up at the end. And it gives you better opportunities later down the road, too. So just kind of working with him. And I think one thing that kind of stuck out was we were trying to find a way to reward him, too, through all this. What can motivate you to start taking the right steps? Instead of saying, what we would have done is been like, this is all taken away from you, and you don't get any of it back until we see effective change over an extended period of time. Mm-hmm. So there's no promise of return of the stuff removed for a month or whatever it may be.
And it's not clear when he'll get it. You know what I'm saying? There's no, like, he knows exactly. We gave clear steps, like, this is what you have to do in order to get this.
Yeah.
Which before we would have been like, no, we're taking it away, even for a month, or just like until it would just be vague. We had to be very clear with what the rules were.
But what kind of surprised me is when we were sitting there saying, what would motivate you? What would motivate you to get up? Because he struggles getting up in the morning and getting ready for school. Mm-hmm. And is now known for showing up to school 5 minutes late, because it's such a chore to get him going and motivated. So we just kind of said, what would motivate you? I tried to use McChicken sandwiches with him, because food seemed to be something that he'd be positive with. So I'd be like, if you can go 5 days in a row without a tardy, I'll buy you 2 McChickens on that 5th day. He never got to that. It was 3 days as his personal best. So it was like, is that what's going to motivate you? Is that something that'll get you there? And we're like, no. Well, what will motivate you? Is it food? No. Is it money? No. Is it clothes? No. Is it, whatever it may be? Is it a hug from mommy? No. Is it a hug from the
course not.
puppy? No. It's everything. It's like, and just working with him, and again, a 15-year-old, so they're going to be stubborn and I'm not doing anything. But trying to get him to actually realize and suggest, help us learn what's going to motivate you, man. Tell us.
Yeah.
We're clueless here. We've thrown out things. It hasn't worked.
Mm-hmm.
Suggest something that will actually put a fire under you and get you moving forward. So eventually he broke down in money. It's like, all right. So then we set up a payment plan.
Yeah.
You make it to school, you get so many dollars. If you get your homework assignments caught up, we see it caught up, you get so many dollars per assignment.
Yep.
Hopefully it works, but it's given him some positive reinforcement too.
And if not, we will find something else. We will find what works. We're not giving up on our kid. And we're not going to blame this on the devil. We're not going to tell him he can't be friends with certain people. Now, is there a time where you might have to say you're going to have to go your separate ways from a friend?
Yeah.
That can happen.
Yeah.
If a person is just, you are not able to pull yourself, to carry yourself in the direction you want to go, and you're being pulled, then a parent might have to step in and say, yeah, you got to pull away from this friend. I'm sorry, this is just what's got to happen, but it's for your own good. That can happen. And as parents, we're just guides. We don't know. In Christianity, I feel like we didn't know always what was the right thing to do, but we were expected to know.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? All the answers.
We're told what we were supposed to know.
Yeah.
So what we would have done in the past would have been extreme emotional punishments. All right, you do wrong, you lose all this. Does it fit the crime? No. You snuck out at night. All right, you're grounded for 2 months. Okay, that seems a little extreme, or something like that. Yeah. And it ends up being more work for the parents than in the long run.
It does. It does, yeah.
And keep constant monitor on it.
It also just doesn't make sense to the kid. It doesn't teach him, like, life gives you consequences that fit the crime.
Yeah.
You break the law, you have a fine or you have jail time.
Yeah.
There's a penalty of some sort that fits the crime, and some judges are terrible and give sentences that are over the top. But it's supposed to, or too lenient. It's supposed to fit the crime. Too lenient in this situation might be like, oh, that's so funny. Like understanding, like not even teaching the kid to respect the teachers, to respect their time, to respect themselves enough to change directions if they're going the wrong direction that they want to go. Because it's not necessarily the wrong direction. It just leads to a different life than what he wants.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not the life I would want him to have either. But I don't want to say it's wrong, because some people need to go down those paths to go wherever they're going. But for him, he's at a point, he's at a crossroads, is what I told him. Basically, you can choose to go this direction, to keep going this direction that you're going, and it doesn't lead where you're saying you want to be in 5 years.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to walk down the other path.
Yeah.
And we're all over here going, go this way, go this way. And, his buddies who don't know anything about life yet are like, this way seems really fun, but it just, you can see it doesn't end well.
Yeah.
It doesn't go well, the way he wants.
Yeah. And
so as parents, we're more like guides.
Yeah.
I see us as guides as to like some wisdom with life. But in Christianity, it was almost like you were in charge of their eternal salvation in a way. Yeah. There was a lot more pressure.
Was the extra judgment that was put on you and pressure put on you, because if they were slipping down this path, you automatically had the thoughts of, well, do they really believe? Because if they really believed, they would have been obedient and respecting and doing the stuff they need to be doing. But they're not showing signs of this. So
they're not following Jesus.
They're going to hell. Oh, no, my child's going to be in hell for eternity, and I can't handle that. So now you're trying to...
So now you have that emotional baggage, and you're like, I'm a bad mother. Everyone's going to, judge me. And still, you can have that outside of Christianity, thinking, because
Yeah.
people want their children to, not be disruptive in class and to get their assignments done. Obviously, parents want that. Reasonable parents want that for their children. But it doesn't say anything about us as parents other than it's an opportunity to notice where the kid is headed and try to guide him a different direction if you can.
Yeah.
Do whatever you can to get them to see it themselves, because we can't, other than, we can't force him to be motivated. We can entice him, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Try to entice him in some ways and get him going down there, put a carrot on the path that he needs to go down and lead him to the
Maybe
promised
cause a
land.
little pain.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do it, like he's losing his games until he gets it done. But he knows clearly what he has to do. And I don't know, just parenting altogether is there's some similarities to it, but there's a lot of differences. And the emotional toll that it takes on me is much healthier than when we were evangelicals, because there was just this pressure for perfection. It wasn't about progress. Like even now, with the assignments, I don't expect him to get all the assignments caught up right away. You know what I'm saying? And and the teachers, I hope, understand too. We just want progress. We want him to start moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
That's progress. We're going the right way. He doesn't have to be perfect at it right now.
Yeah.
He needs to get better at it. Every day he needs to get better.
Yeah.
Whereas in Christianity, goal is perfection.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's just kind of how we live our lives now too. We're not striving for perfection. We're just striving to be better than what we were the other day. So,
yeah, it's progress over perfection.
Progress over perfection. Oh, look at that. You just created.
I didn't create that. I'm sure it's a thing that's said.
Nope,
I've said it to clients, so I've heard it somewhere.
Own it. TM,
No, it's not mine.
Over perfection.
It is not mine. It is something that has been said many times over by psychologists, or somebody has said it lots of times.
But you're trademarking
it's a saying,
it now.
But maybe you've never heard it. But that is what I have to remind myself and my clients.
It's yours. No. You own it.
I don't.
You can copyright it and make it your own.
That would be a big mistake, and I might be in jail.
Why would you be in jail for copyright something?
I can't copyright it.
You don't know that until you try.
I don't know why my brain read when you said copyright it. It was like plagiarize it, first of all. I don't know why.
Why would you go to jail for plagiarism?
You get a fine.
You get a fine, but you're going to jail. You plagiarist.
I don't know, okay?
She's
I'm in jail for plagiarism.
She's going to jail.
I'm with murders. Plagiarized. It's like that church that we went to where they pulled the guy up front.
Yeah.
And he was making those copies. And it's like, you had people in the congregation that were swindling people out of money. And it was like a known thing. And that never got brought up to the front. That's hilarious.
Yeah, hilarious is the word I'd use there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, what we're doing right now. It's just, we're not looking to be perfect. We're looking to be better. And we're looking to learn and move from what we understand, or move to a better understanding, move to a better Dan and a better Ken, just building on what we've learned and what we've done.
Yeah.
And it's just the work that we do. We understand we're going to make mistakes. We're going to make the best decision we possibly can today based on what we know. It could be completely wrong. It could offend people. It could harm people. It's not our intent. But if it does offend or harm, we learn from it, we adjust, and we see how we can make it better and make us better in the future.
Well, I think the biggest thing is the judgment's been removed. So we're not judging ourselves as whether we're good parents or bad parents. We're parents. Yeah. We are making mistakes. And I'm sure some parents will listen to us and be like, some people will listen to us and go, you're terrible parents. Like, you're making bad choices here.
Oh, yeah.
And some people will say, like, wow, that's decent parenting. It's really, we're not going to compare ourselves we're just doing the best we can. We are trying to figure it out. And we've told our kids that many times, like, we've made a lot of mistakes. We've learned from a lot of mistakes. We're going to make more. but we learn from when we get feedback from them or from others, we learn, and when we learn better, we do better. So we're not good parents or bad parents. We're just parents trying to, and every kid is so different. Like, we've never had a parent teacher conference like this before. And it's not the kid's fault, for sure. It's not the kid's fault. It's a program that is exposing itself. And it's time to reprogram it and help him learn how to do that, so that when he has programs in the future that he doesn't like, he knows how to deal with that.
Yep.
And it's one step at a time. It's just coming up with a new map to bless you, or are you sneezing or coughing?
Coughing.
So just giving him a new map so that he knows which direction to go, and because not because we have all the answers, but we know this path. It ain't the direction that he needs to go.
No, not to meet his goals, especially. So
yeah.
So it's just a lesson that we're learning right now. Sharing with y'all.
It's just us. It's just the messy middle.
Yeah. So you do with it what you will, and take what you want from it. Take nothing from it. We don't, no judgment here. You got to do what you know is right.
We're just sharing some of our experience. Maybe it makes some of you feel like way better parents because you would do better than us. And maybe some of you, it, gives you ideas. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're just sharing life. So.
Yep. So with that being said, if this is beneficial or you enjoyed it or got something from it and you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on the YouTube, give us a like, subscribe, and follow. Leave us a comment. We love seeing comments from it. If you're listening on a podcast streamer, give us 5 stars. We'd appreciate that greatly. And leave a comment there if you got a moment, because, again, we love hearing from y'all. And if you want to get in touch with us on anything, go down below in the descriptions. We have all our links on there. DannyCan.com's linked on there. That gets us to anything that we're doing. And then there's a couple other links that are within that are getting broken out. And you can go to that directly from there. But just go look in the description. All the links for everything we do are down there. So hopefully you enjoyed it. And hopefully I'm feeling better next week and not so congested and sneezy. Give that to you for all your listening pleasure. And have a wonderful week and a blessed weekend.
And remember, progress over perfection.
TM.
Coined by Candy.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Love you. Bye.